Considering where we're at in terms of AI and its use in the creative process, I've been thinking a lot about its impact and its relentless progression. In my mind, it's teetering on the border between the opportunity to bring original ideas to life and industrial-scale generation of the bland and plagiarized. Consider the history of publishing. There used to be a time where there were scripters who would, with ink and quill, write on the page. The downside was that books were the domain of the few, however beautiful the results were. Then the printing press comes along and books become available to a wider audience. But scripters are replaced by typesetters. In time, people have access to their own printing press in the form of a typewriter, and we have a new specialization in typists, something that endured through to the 1980s, followed by word processors, which meant the specialist skills of a typist were less important as typos and formatting became less consequential. In time, AI dictation and transcription have become reliable enough to depend on for important applications. The point is that specializations come and go, and in the end, the narrow end of the wedge, for now, is that ideas are enduring. Typewriters and word processors couldn't write a book, and even AI depends on an idea to be truly effective, and the more original the idea, the better the results. One of the areas of contention for AI-supported creation is that random element, the lack of full control over the outcome. But this is something that has existed for a long time in, and even sewn into, the fabrics of works. Did Jackson Pollock have full control over precisely how the ink would drop or how the paint would land? Some artists, like David Lynch, leverage organic processes to which the end result isn't precise, and may even be rejected, but seeds an opportunity for creating something wonderful. Photographers have used out-of-date film to create unpredictable results. Even the most traditional creation works upon an iterative process whose path is unknown, but there does tend to be a direction on the compass guiding this journey, an intent, an idea. AI learns from what currently exists, but where is the line drawn between inspiration and plagiarism? This has been a question that's existed well before the technology we have today. What is an art movement? Is there only one surrealist or cubist artist? Where do artists draw their ideas from? It's hard to quantify inspiration that's drawn from life experience and indeed other works of art. Perhaps AI learns the best from us as well as the worst in terms of plagiarism and bias. Or consider going to a gallery or museum to draw inspiration from other artists. Is that better or worse than making use of AI to generate unique works from which to be influenced? I suppose that depends. A lot of non-AI art is banal, and a huge amount of AI art is trite and cliched. AI is a tool. How it is used is dependent on the user. As impressive from the point of view of surface aesthetics as it is, it won't inject sincerity or depth to its creations. Perhaps the focus will diverge from the aesthetics and focus more on the ideas. I don't know. It is, however, just a mechanism that is still dependent on a driver to create, and not all drivers are created equal. So discussions around how people cope when the world changes, such as the typists usurped by word processors, has come to the fore, but creativity is a particularly resilient skill that will not only become more important going forward, but will be more universally needed. It's not just the generation of visual arts being affected by AI, it's every sector, every job, every facet of what humanity does. We were sold a future of leisure, or at least reduced hours, with every advance from the Industrial Revolution to now. But the difference is that we're now reaching a point where it's going to be difficult to ignore as AI, automation, and robotics develop at an exponential rate. Will our motivations diverge from the accumulation of wealth and serving those with wealth-based power? Will we actually focus on bettering ourselves in the world beyond self-interest? Or will we shrink back and become isolated in our own tailor-made utopias? The problem is that governments and their politicians are consistently slow in reacting to changes in technology, and to a great degree are still trying to catch up with the rival of the internet, let alone the rival of AI. And what does singularity look like in terms of art creation? Does the bland become so overwhelming that originality's stock increases in value? Looking at the vast amount of creations by AI this far, it's already a rarity to find anything that stands out, but maybe that's always been the case. It's just scale that's changed.